Hi, good night. Today, my name is Mauricio Galvez, and I'm going to be answering the exam questions, which in my case, there was six of them. So let's start with the question number one. Let me read it for you. Why do you think Mexican medical devices could be competitive in the local and international market? Well, first of all, the Mexican medical devices could be competitive due to some factors, which is basically the strategic location. We are so close to the US, which provides some logistical advantages for some exports. We have skilled workforce, which we have a lot of growing pool of engineers and technicians who specialize in this industry. Then we have the cost-effective production, which means that we have lower manufacturing costs compared to other countries, other markets, and other industries, as well as some innovation hubs here in the country. We have a lot of investment in R&D or research and development and innovation centers to drive technology advancement. Then we're going to go to question number two. Let me read it for you, which is, what are the main factors in the PESTEL framework and how can they affect the competitiveness of a company operating internationally? Well, first of all, let me talk about every single factor in the PESTEL. First, we have the political aspect. We have that government stability and trade agreements affect the market entry and the operations that are made here. In the economical, we have, well, of course, the inflation, the exchange rates, and the local market conditions influence a lot in the cost and pricing strategies in this industry. In social, well, the cultural aspect affects a lot because, well, the healthcare demands shape the product adaptation in the industry. In technological, well, there's a lot of advanced technology which impacts for basically the R&D and the production efficiency. In legal, well, we have the compliance with local and international regulations to ensure the market access. In the environmental, we need to make sure that we have sustainable practices in order to have a good impact in this new trend of sustainability. And well, now let me move on to question number three, which is, according to Porter's diamond model, what are the four national attributes that influence the competitiveness of an industry? Well, in this model, we have four factors, which is the factor conditions, that we have a lot of availability of skilled labor, infrastructure, and technology. Then we have the demand conditions, which is the size of the local demand drives to innovation. Then in related and supportive industries, we have the presence of competitive supplier and the relative industries. Then in the firm strategy and rivalry, we have local competitors and management's practice fostering innovation. Now let me read the question number four. It says, explain how Porter's diamond helps to identify the competitive advantages of a country in a specific industry. Well, the Porter's diamond model identifies how local conditions contribute to global competitiveness. For example, Mexico's medical device industry benefits from a lot of supply chains in manufacturing hubs, competitive labor cost, and skilled workforce. Also, increasing the domestic demand for advanced medical devices, which creates a favorable environment in the country for producing cost-effective and high-quality devices with good supply and demand. Then let me go to question number five. Mention 6 pillars of the Global Competitiveness Report and mention how they could influence your plans to go out into another market. Well, first of all, we have the infrastructure. I believe that reliable logistics and transport systems support efficient operations. We also now need to talk about the macroeconomic stability in the country to ensure that the market is predictable, like it's good conditions to invest. We have the innovation capacity in this country and in the company, which drives product differentiation in the market. Then we have, of course, the market size to know how much demand you're going to get of that product. Also, you gotta have skills. I mean, you need to have availability in order to be educated and trained to support the production and the operations. These pillars that I mentioned is literally a guide to make sure you're going to have a good product positioning and operational planning. Now, let me go into question number 6. And last but not least, explain the importance of the cage frame for international competitiveness and how is it used. Well, the cage framework assesses cultural, administrative, geographic, and economic distances between countries to evaluate the market entry and exponential potential. I mean, how easy or how difficult it is to enter a new country in a certain industry. In this case, well, the medical device. Well, in cultural, we have to align the product features with local preferences. In the administrative, we need to navigate the regulatory barriers and trade agreements in order to know if it's convenient or not. In the geographic, we need to consider transportation cost and proximity to evaluate at what our prices are going to look like. In the economic, we need to look the income levels of that country and of course the market demand. These factors and this framework specifically is used to identify opportunities and risks to enter a market, enabling us to create strategies for international competitiveness, like the title of the class. For example, um, hmm, companies entering the US market from Mexico benefit from geographical proximity and trade agreements, while considering cultural and economic adjustments to meet and align with the consumer expectations. So this was my 6 questions. Thanks so much. If you have any doubts, let me know. Thank you very much.